Alright, Shalom Saints. So what I'm doing now is I'm in the greenhouse, and these are Brussels sprouts that we planted last fall, and they're really greening up nice. The bed that they're in right here looks like this bed over here. It has wood, and then there's about 6 inches of dirt in there. And we've been watering this particular part of the garden with I don't know, some of you people may be grossed out by that, but urine water, where you dilute it by about 5 parts water to 1 part urine, and the urine is full of nitrogen, and the plants live off nitrogen. You don't tend to do that with plants that won't be cooked, so you don't do that around like your lettuce, because you're not going to cook the lettuce. You don't want to have raw urine put on the lettuce plants. I don't need to explain it further to y'all. Y'all get that. But Brussels sprouts will be cooked, and so will the leaves. So, and I'm also not saying that the plant has urine in it. The plant takes nitrogen from the urine. But anyway, it works. I've used it in the past, and you see the Brussels are happy with that. Now, what I'm actually doing is I'm planting into each one of these squares. There's a little onion there. I'm doing an onion per square, because the squares are only about 6 by 8 or something. And then you can tell the difference. These squares have been weeded. These squares have not. And the dirt that's in here is pretty good dirt quality, but it is clay, and so when it gets dry, it just completely dries up. And these are weeds that love those conditions. Acidic soil, very dry. So what I'm going to do is recondition more of them, like I have these ones up here, because these I did put peat moss in and mix it so it'll hold some moisture. And so I have the peat moss here, and I'm going to dig in there. I mean, I can actually do that to show you. I dig like a couple of inches down. Like this one right here, I have not weeded. So get the weeds out. Tear them out, and they can become compost. You don't have to actually like burn them or anything. You can throw them in a compost pile, and that's compost for you. It'll be useful. Pull them out and try to get them by the root, so these things don't have a chance to grow up again here next year. And then here's the peat moss. Moss is very light and airy, but when it gets wet, it holds moisture. So stir the dirt up in there so you get a mix, and then I might go get a little bit of the topsoil. This is actually only right there, and I have a bucket of it. Let me go over there, that gray bucket right over there. So if I bring that over here, mix a little of that topsoily stuff in there, and keep going, and hopefully I will get the whole row done and plant an onion in each one. And it's kind of an experiment, because Pastor thought when he first did this greenhouse that we would be able to grow something in each square. But he found that just the soil itself was not rich enough to hold the moisture. But with putting the peat moss in it, it should be. And I think, well, really it is, because of the Brussels sprouts, this guy is actually in a square. The base of it is right down in there, and then this little guy next door to him is in, there we go, in another square. So the squares can be productive. You just have to put the right kind of soil mixed in there. So that's another chore on Shofar. Hope you're having a wonderful, blessed day. Shalom! All right, so here we are at the end of the day. You can tell by the waning light. That's the end of the day. And I got all the squares done. Some of them have just one little onion, and some may have 4 if they were small. I got the whole row weeded and peat moss put in their squares, and then I did the the rest of the bed along here and planted peas in this bed, this area. Now, one thing I wanted to show y'all about where these things are located is the sun is that way and it moves this way. Starts in the east, you know, moves over, and so the far side of these bricks is going to warm up. And onions are the kind of plant that is good outside in the full sun. The peas, however, like cooler temperatures and do better that way. They won't bolt as fast. Well, this side of these blocks is the side where the sun will not be reaching. It's going to be hitting on that side. So this side is going to be shady, and that's going to make these peas happier. So this project is done. The other project I did earlier in the day that I also put a video up about is finished, and it's time for Sister Kate to chill out, eat dinner, and maybe upload some videos. So shalom to you all. Bless you.